Hello and welcome to Ferris Esports. Back today with some more Rocket League. Actually, back-to-back games today. The Gold team is going to play Lakeland University, and then we're going to have our Crimson team play against Wayne State University. I am Coach Eaton, or Coach Ricochet, whatever you want to call me, here with Chaotix. You know, the usual Rocket League streamer. Always good to have you on, Chaotix. How are you feeling about these games?
Thank you for having me on here every week. It's good to do that. The games, I think they're going to be pretty good this week. Obviously, Crimson and Gold both suffered losses last week, and so they both went on to be 1-1 on their season. And so this week they are facing other teams who are also 1-1, and
Okay.
so it should be a pretty even matchups. Yeah, with that Swiss format and someone who has the same record as you. Um, But
Yeah.
yeah, Gold team here. They're playing Lakeland University, and from what I saw, they are all pretty similar ranks. So it should be an interesting game to watch.
Always love good close matches. I'd much rather see a game between two close ranked teams than one really good team and one uh, medium team. All right, I'm going to head into spectate. Looks like the lobby has been created, so we're gonna head on in game there. What do you want to see the Bulldogs kind of pull out here in order to get this win?
I think they've been working on their communication for sure, and that's something that's really important in a team like Rocket League. It can go a long way, even if the other team is higher ranked than you are. Just having that communication with your teammates can make it so you can really outplay the other team, just like
Yeah,
this right here. Great pass off the wall from Sody Poppy, and no clear came out for Lakeland team, and Straffer was there to finish it.
yeah, absolutely. Look at that. 7 seconds in, they come in and take the win. Always good to see. With that early goal to kick off game one of this 5 game series, Ferris has got to be feeling pretty good about themselves.
Yeah, it's definitely good to get out to an early lead like that. It gives you a little bit of confidence, especially when you don't really know how the other team's going to be. And they get a second one here, so this is really good for their confidence. Only 23 seconds in, Straffer with a second goal. And yeah, it seems like the defensive clears for Lakeland just aren't really there so far this game. And so Ferris already up 2 goals.
Yeah, that's good for Ferris here. Let's see if they can kind of, establish the dominance early. Did they get two, random fluke goals, or is this the way the kind of rest of the series is going to go? Straffigator looking like he's controlling the ball in the air. Lakeland not really able to do a whole lot about it. Not able to contest it so far that I've seen. And another chip shot goal. This isn't looking good for Lakeland.
Yeah, third goal for Ferris in under a minute. This is not looking good for Lakeland, but what you want to see if you're a Ferris fan.
Absolutely, go
So
dogs. You can tell they're playing smart,
yeah,
playing together. I like to weave that in as much as possible. And mouse.
and
That is a mouthful to say. On the attack there, Sody Poppy with the clear. Let's see. Straffer getting it downfield, going for the set here. Is there going to be any follow-up? Bobby goes in for it. Not quite able to get the touch on it that he wanted. Straffer putting it out, saying, hey, we were going to run it back.
yeah, we're finally seeing a little bit more from Lakeland here as they get some offense, and that shot goes just wide of the net. But maybe it just took them a little bit to get their bearings, kind of feel out this Ferris team, and now they're hoping to score one back and start that comeback.
Yep.
But Ethan coming in, not sure if he meant to hit that backwards like that, but it's gonna leave his teammates in an awkward spot. Ferris is gonna try to pounce on this, and it looks like
We're just bouncing in front of the Ferris
ball
goal.
back on the orange half. Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there from Ferris. All three players kind of sitting in net, not sure who was gonna go for it. And a
What?
weird whiff from Ethan, and
Luckily for
this might
them.
turn into a goal for Ferris.
Ooh, let's see if they can do it. Bobby trying to get the touch. Not able to get there. I don't know if that's
Oh,
Good save there from Strafficker, though. Is Ferris at this point playing more defensively? Are you playing more defensively up 3-0? There's still a lot of time left in this game.
I mean, yeah, there's different ways to look at it. You could definitely, in a game like this, especially in the first game, you just try to kind of run away with it. You're doing, you might as well keep it going. You don't want to lose that momentum that you have.
Yep.
If this was like game 5 in the series and they were on match point, then I would say yeah, play a little more defensively. But they got a long way to go here, and
Yeah, for
they
sure.
get scored on once here, so maybe now they play a little more defensively, realizing like 3 goals might not be enough.
Right. We got out pretty strong here, but trying to make sure that we can keep it through the course of this game here. With that, Lakeland University controlling the ball so far this possession. Sodi Poppy going for the clear. Our pass to Strafficker, actually. Strafficker puts it mid. Not quite on. Not sure if that was a fake or a miss, but does bait a defender either way.
Yeah, Ferris, there's still 2 minutes left in this game, so Lakeland could definitely come back. So Ferris has to be careful here that they don't just play this like they're waiting for time to run out. They gotta make sure that they can keep Lakeland out of their side. It just seems like they're barely able to do that right now.
Yep, Lakeland with 2
that
demos back to back as well.
Yeah, they're doing a lot better job on offense. I think defenses are a little bit shaky. Obviously, Ferris capitalized on that early on, and this made it a lot harder for Lakeland to do the same. Here with a low boost pre-flip, gets it out into the middle, and Strafficker didn't quite get the shot there, but Bobby's here to collect the ball, possibly put a shot on net here. Goes off the sidewall and bounces up. No Ferris player's able to capitalize
digging
on
the Ferris decal. They're all rocking that crimson and gold. It looks really slick as a team, as a unit. I always like when teams, kind of match their color schemes up and go, hey, we're doing this as a team together.
Yeah, I hadn't really noticed that, but they do all have that red and gold color scheme going on. It's kind of clean.
Oh yeah, the metallic gold as well with the blacked out wheels. You look good, you play good, and they're definitely playing good today.
Yeah, and just about 15 seconds left here. I don't think Lakeland's going to be able to come back with this one, as the ball's still in their corner. So with that, we will see Ferris take this game 1, maybe get a console at the end. Not quite. And that'll do it. Game 1 goes to Ferris State.
Let's go. Ferris up 1-0 in the series. A good start. The start that we were hoping to see, that's for sure. Not so sure about Lakeland, but it looks like Ethan playing on a little bit higher ping. Soren as well. Does Rocket League switch hosts every, or do they just keep the host for the remainder of the series?
I think they just keep the same host.
Okay. Because I know some games are very particular about that, where, yeah, and Rocket League feels like one of those games where ping, don't get me wrong, ping does matter, but it can matter a little bit less at times.
Yeah, maybe with 80 ping, that's maybe a little higher than you want, but I mean, they usually have conferences or in the same geographical regions.
Makes sense.
So usually players aren't too far apart from each other. But yeah, a couple of those Lakeland players do have a little bit of higher ping. So
Lakeland is in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. So yeah, they're not too far away. Both should be connected to the Chicago servers, if I'm willing to bet.
Yeah, probably. We'll see if the still the same for this game. Looks like it's similar, yeah.
Ferris up 1-0, headed into game 2 here. Excited to see them. Let's see if they can come out with that, superstar offense like they did last time. Get those nice shots on goal. Almost a kickoff goal there.
Yeah, all their goals were in the first minute of last game. So if you think about it, it's actually kind of been a while since they've scored.
True.
And Lakeland at least did a good job to stop the bleeding. So Ferris is going to need to get that offense back. And Straffiker here with a good clear to the back wall. Maybe one of his teammates can follow that up. Sody Poppy here is going to take his time. 2 players go for Lakeland. And they will maintain possession, though, and get this onto the Ferris backboard. Ferris doing a pretty good job staying composed on defense, I think. Not jumping too quickly, not panicking. They realize that they have a little bit of time and they have more boost on defense than Lakeland does coming at them. Sody with the shot, a little bit high. Africa tries to finish but gets blocked out. Bobby will keep this in the Lakeland half. But MNN Mouse with the clear back to the Ferris half. And it's kind of back and forth right now. Gotta see one of these teams do something to really throw the other off. Maybe a demo or a passing play, because everything seems very just boom the ball and see what happens.
Right.
It's very reactive play.
I'd like to see Ferris get on the offense. If Ferris can get an early score here, is that going to go in? That is.
That's going to go in.
Yep. And that
right after one, ricochets off the post.
Nice.
Here, I thought that was going in. That would have been something, but unfortunately for Lakeland, it just goes right back into their net.
If you're Lakeland, are you starting to get worried a little bit? You know, you haven't had a lead yet in this series. Does that take a little bit of a mental toll early, or do you feel like there's enough time in this series? You know, speaking as an experienced player.
Yeah, it definitely. You know, I think just the fact that they came back in that game one probably gave them a little bit of confidence.
Okay.
And this one being a little bit closer too, you can tell they've tightened up their defense, and they definitely would have liked to score that one and not have it counterattack goal on them. So that's a little tilting, but you know, they're definitely not out of it. So they just gotta keep putting in the hard work and not crack under the pressure.
Makes sense. Ball just kind of dying in the corner there. Oh, Straffiker not quite able to get a touch on it. Bobby on offense. Sody Poppy's going to try to get a set here. Lakeland didn't seem to touch it or want to clear. There weren't miscommunication, almost, it looked like. And Straffiker takes advantage of it with the assist from Sody Poppy. Yeah, Lakeland should have cleared it there, but it looked like 2 guys were going for it, and then both of them were kind of indecisive on it.
Yeah, it was a great pass from Sody Poppy to get it out to Straffiker. You know, even with a little bit of a defensive misplay from Lakeland. But I've noticed from Sody Poppy that he has a willingness to kind of go for the ball on offense, even if he has no boost or very little boost.
Okay.
He only had about 12 when he jumped off the wall there to pass it.
Yeah,
and that can come back to bite you sometimes. But he's been, I think that's been to Ferris's advantage in this game so far.
Definitely. You know, it only bites you if you don't get the goal. So you just trust in your teammates and let them get it in. Sody Poppy again with the set. Ethan manages to keep it away from the goal. Clear it out a bit here. Bobby goes in again. Ooh, not quite the clear they wanted, but Soren does manage to fully clear it for the time being. Ethan remaining in possession. Not able to burn the defender there. Mouse looking to put it in. Nice. Axles being broken, but can't quite get the touches one. It looks like Lakeland's playing, when they're going in, they're trying to make 2 or 3 moves per person instead of just kind of getting one good pass, getting one good move and then a pass off. And Ferris is able to keep up with that.
Yeah, they had a good demo there to try and set something up, but the shot was the ball just went to the corner, and so it didn't really amount to anything. And now they're back on defense again, and only a minute left to get 2 goals. They got to start playing a little bit more aggressively, I think.
Definitely.
And this might be a 3rd one for Ferris. And it is Straffiker.
Nice shot.
Straffiker getting most of the goals in these games. Seems like he's always in the middle when either of his teammates are passing it to him. That's just good awareness to know where he needs to be. And he's gotten 4 goals, I think, now because of it.
Yep. Great play from him there. Along Ferris to get another 3-0 lead. This time it wasn't necessarily early, but 3-0, you know, definitely a score. It's definitely doable to come back, but it's always tough, right? So much has to go your way for the remainder of this game. As we say that, though, Soren does get
Yeah.
one for Lakeland.
Yeah, a
Brings
lot
them
more
down.
doable now, for sure. But
Absolutely.
I mean, Ferris scored 3 less than a minute in game 1, so
Yep. Yeah,
it's
that's true.
certainly possible. Certainly possible for Lakeland to do the same.
Yep. Let's hope
But
Ferris
they'll
can.
probably want to try to get the second one for here.
Yeah. Got to be pretty quick. Every second that burns off here just makes it that much harder. Because you still have to get an additional goal after this one.
Yeah. Yeah,
Ferris
they're getting some shots on.
making it look
But,
tempting now.
Yeah, Ferris does not give this up.
That was a nice touch. Burning a ton of time off the clock there.
Yeah, a lot of the Lakeland players, I think, low on boost, so they aren't really going to have the resources to make a push here, and they'd have to score with time left on the clock to even have a chance, and that's not going to happen here, as Ferris takes game 2.
Good work, Ferris. Going to come back to the casters while we wait for the next map to start. But what do you think of the first 2 games so far? First 2 maps here?
Very similar games, I guess. I mean, both 3-1, but I don't think either team has really changed up their playstyles much to adapt to each other. Obviously, Ferris doesn't really need to with winning both of them, so I think it's for Lakeland to kind of change something up, because obviously what they've been doing isn't quite cracking Ferris's defense enough to score more goals.
Right. Yeah, 100%. I'd like to see Lakeland come out and shift something up, whether it means be more aggressive and just really try to say, hey, you're back into a corner at this point. You can't drop another game, so just go all out, go full offense mode, go swinging, or come back the other way, say, hey, we're playing super defensive ball. We're not going to let you guys score at all. We're going to wait for a mistake. So, but this kind of half in the middle where, oh, well, maybe we do this, maybe we do that, doesn't seem to be working out.
Yeah, I think they need a little bit more passing. Ferris has had, I mean, not spectacular passing by any means, but they would play on most of their goals where they just kind of pass it into the middle off of the ball or back wall, and they just have a player in the middle who's ready for it.
Yep.
And with Lakeland, it seems like they're going for more solo plays, but then they're also not really getting the touches to make those solo plays work.
Agreed. Let's see if Ferris can get off to an early lead here again. Looks like they want to.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little awkward to start for Lakeland. Players double committing, bumping into each other.
Yeah, the double.
Ferris might have an opening here. Yeah, for a moment there, it looked like the net might have been open. Sodi had turned on it, but I don't think he was aware of that. Probably wasn't expecting no one to be on defense. Yeah. Yeah, MNN Mouse getting preset there, trying to make something happen with those solo plays again, but not quite getting the touch.
That's such an interesting play to go for. Down 2-0 in the series, you go for the flip reset play when it's like, hey, flashiness is cool, but we need to put some goals on and make sure we get a lead here.
Yeah, even going for a solo play like that, it can even turn into a good setup if you actually have a teammate who's kind of following behind you and kind of waiting to see what happens with the ball. Because if someone's there, they can just follow it up. Because a lot of times the flip reset will beat a defender or two.
Correct.
But on that push, it was just MNN Mouse all in his own basically. And if he's not putting that on net, then it's just gonna get cleared.
Yep. A lot of effort, a lot of mechanical skill going into a cleared ball. Lakeland on attack. Not quite able to get any sets that they want. There's a nice one, but Stratford there to break it up. Gonna take it downfield. Cleared by Lakeland. Ooh, good touch by Ferris to leave it hanging. Bobby with the clear. Lots of clearing, lots of back and forth. Oh. MNN Mouse with the bumps to clear the goalie, or the guy who's going to be back for goal, out of the way and get it in themselves. Trafficker was almost there, just a little bit late on that front flip.
Yeah, and Lakeland getting their first lead in the series. This is definitely looking good for them. Ferris has plenty of time to bring it back.
Absolutely.
Maybe Lakeland finally figured out what they needed to do to crack the Ferris defense, and now Ferris is the one that has to respond.
Definitely. Let's see if they, if you close the gap early here, you're not too worried. You go, hey, we let them get one up early, but it's not a big deal. The longer they kind of sit in that lead, that more you go, hey, we need to make something happen.
Yeah. Yeah, M&N Mouse here going for another flipper set. Got it, and again, it just wasn't really a strong touch on the end of that to put it into the net or put it to a teammate. And that's kind of what I noticed from Lakeland too, is a lot of their touches and clears, all kinds of touches really. They just aren't very strong for the most part, so they're not too hard to react to.
Right, you can tell they're getting them where they want to go, but just not at the speed they need.
Yeah, and Ferris almost getting an open net counterattack there. Was just barely off and was able to be saved. Sody Poppy again in this corner with his 0 boost. Looked like he was about to do something very similar to that goal they scored in Game 2.
Yep.
Yeah, Ferris keeping this in the Lakeland corner, getting some boost steals. Hopefully they'll be able to do something with this, keep the pressure on.
Yep, the more shots
2
you
to
get
go.
on goal,
Is
the more
Trafficker there?
the defense breaks down.
Yeah, they had a good rotation there. Of they're kind of just taking turns, hitting it back towards the direction of the goal at least. And Trafficker gets this one on an open net. We've seen too many of those from Lakeland where it's just shot from midfield and no one's in the goal to save it.
Yeah, it wasn't even going that fast, only 61 miles an hour. Like, it just kind of slow balled it
a little bit
mid.
faster than the cars can drive, but
yeah, fair.
But still, that's just, kind of some bad positioning, I think. You should always at least be, if you're not in your own box, you should at least be faced in a direction to where you could quickly turn and get back there.
Yep.
So it's tied up, 30 seconds left. Sodi gonna pass this out into the mid to Bobby, but Bobby wasn't quite ready for it, and Soren's gonna steal that pass and turn it into a goal.
Lakeland up again, 30 seconds left. With how slow this game's been going, interested to see what Ferris kind of mixes up to claw their way back and tie this up before overtime.
Yeah, I think they need to just do something a little more unpredictable. Need to get a demo, get some sort of redirect. Everything's very linear right now. It's just kind of hitting the ball back and forth.
Yep.
Not a lot of surprises going on.
Just doing what you expected to be doing. Oh, a good set in front. Nope, not quite able to get the second touch on it. Sody Poppy keeping it up. Ethan puts it right back into the dirt. Lakeland going to take one and send us to Game 4 of the series. What do you think Ferris kind of lacked this game that they showed up with the first 2 games? Or do you think, was it that Lakeland made big changes and kind of came back?
I think it was just a little bit of, Lakeland realizing, okay, this is it. We got to put our all into this game or we're out of it. And also a little bit of Ferris being like, oh, we won the first 2 games without having to do too much.
Yep.
So they got a little complacent, I think. And yeah, they were kind of just playing without thinking too much. It was like they were on autopilot, just like, oh, let's hit the ball around, maybe get a goal or 2.
Yeah, like, hey, we won the last 2 games. This one's a guaranteed win. Don't even worry about it. Now they're like, oh, hey, maybe we need to try again.
No game's a guaranteed win. And
Absolutely.
it seemed like that's how Ferris was playing a little bit.
Let's see if they come with
I know from being a player, too.
Yep.
I've series like that where you win the first 2 games, maybe like 4-1 or something like that, which is kind of a blowout, but still somewhat close. And then the other team, they're they start trying a little bit harder than you are because you get complacent and think it's going to be an easy win, and then you end up losing the third game. That kind of snaps you back into reality.
Oh yes, I've definitely had our fair share when I was playing the Overwatch team of reverse sweeps that we completed, and then a few against us too, where you kind of go, you get up early and then something happens, you kind of get boomed a little bit and can never quite recover before the end of the series. But I believe in these Bulldogs to kind of snap back and bring us back to a situation where they can close this series out.
Yeah, definitely be good for them to get the first goal here. And a little bit of a awkward driving backwards towards his own net from Bobby there, but he gets a little bit of a clear there. M&N Mouse is gonna try to pass the corner, but Sody Poppy there to clear it. And Straffiker
with the
gonna shoot that. It's almost on target. Oh, Sody Poppy with a back pass to Bobby. Bobby backflips on his takeoff, so I guess Sody Poppy's going up now. Yeah, Bobby's staying on offense, hitting this mid. There's no one there. Soren's going to get a good clear there for Lakeland, and another beat on a defender. This could be dangerous.
Nice.
But Bobby is there to make the clear.
Let's see.
Yeah, Ferris on defense now.
Yeah. Lakeland keep putting the shots on here. Ferris unable to make.
Yeah, Ferris having to make a lot of saves.
Oh, so
I think they need to be a little more aggressive with the ball instead of waiting for it to come to them in net. They need to go out and get it.
Yep. That's what worked for the first.
Even though
games,
they're
right?
positioning well on defense.
So aggressive.
Yeah, even though they're positioning well on defense, it can only work well for so long before they either run out of boost or just get outplayed.
Yep.
So they're gonna have to get some offense going. Defense does not win championships in Rocket League.
Right.
Maybe a little bit of defense. But
yeah, you can't have a worthless defense, but gotta put them points up. Bobby 1-on-1 with the defender. Oh, not quite able to get it in. Straffiker.
That was close. Straffiker.
Back corner.
That was great placement too.
Oh, absolutely perfect. Both the defenders think, oh, it's going to be, it's not going to be in the backside, and they're not quite able to get there. Bobby with the body block on Ethan as well. Make sure the defender can't make a play on the ball.
Yeah, both the defenders were definitely positioning for that near post shot, which is the easier shot to make, and the quicker shot to make too, because it's a closer line to the goal there. But Straffiker sees their positioning and thinks, oh, I'll just shoot this back. It's going to go behind them because they have no momentum going that way.
Worked out nicely. Ooh, looks like Bobby does get body blocked, but Sody Poppy says, you don't get to hit my goalie. I'm taking him out of the game for a second.
Sody Poppy trying to pop that mid for his teammate.
Ooh, is that wide open?
And this might be another open net goal from Bobby.
Lakeland's defense kind of falling apart there.
Yeah.
Where was
it seems like half the goals that Ferris have scored have been like this, where it's just a strong shot from midfield that no one is in net to save.
There was two people pushed up on the right there, and I didn't even see the third person in the camera angle for the goal.
Yeah, Ferris up 2 goals in this game. It's looking like it's theirs to win, hopefully. And this might be third goal. So Papa trying to get it mid. That's a good pass. Straffiker didn't want to go. He saw Soren there. Bobby gonna hit this off the back wall. M&N Mouse ready to clear it. Straffiker trying to make things difficult here. Sody Poppy with 59 boost and gets demoed. It's looking like it would have been another good passing goal.
Definitely. Not quite able to make it work. M&N Mouse.
M&N Mouse has no boost. Not gonna be able to do much with that. He does get a decent 50 though, and Sody Poppy's gonna have to use a lot of boost to get up to that. And Ethan not quite getting the touch there. Obi not getting a touch either. A little bit awkward.
Strafficker missing.
Happens in Rocket League all the time. One person whiffs and then 3 more people whiff because the first one threw them off.
Yep. Always when you're going to make that read play, you're like, oh, I think I know where they're going to hit it. Going to go up, make a cool play, and they just completely choke. And you're like, oh, now I look like dumb idiot too. Eth
Yeah.
with the score there from Lakeland.
I was about to say that it's looking like this is over, but Lakeland scores one with 6 seconds left, so it's entirely possible here for them to tie it up. Let's see if they pull out any fancy kickoff strats or anything.
If there's ever a time to do it, now's the time.
And that's a pretty good kickoff for him. Bobby saves it but gets demoed. Can they keep this ball up?
No.
Not quite. Oh, oof.
Close.
It was a good effort from Lakeland, but Ferris holds on with those 2 goals earlier in the game.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
gets the series 3-1.
Yeah, making the series a little bit interesting. You know, the first 2 games definitely Ferris sided, and then the game after that we're like, oh, well, you know, what's going to happen here? Lakeland managed to take one. Ferris coming back in game 4 actually, and saying, hey, good try, but we're gonna lock it up. We're gonna make sure that we can take the dub home here today.
Yeah, good win from Ferris Gold. They will improve to 2-1 on their season, and Lakeland will go down to 1-2.
Yep.
And,
interesting to see how Ferris does the rest of the season. If you're the Ferris coach here, what are you looking to have the players improve on for next week?
Even though they won that game, there's definitely things that they could work on. I think specifically just being a little more proactive on the ball, because there were times where they were just kind of sitting and waiting on defense. And even though that worked against Lakeland, that's not going to work against higher level teams. They're going to have more threatening offensive chances, I think.
Correct.
And we saw Ferris has the capability to make those good offensive passing plays and get some goals out of it. So I'd just like to see them go for that a little bit more often. Maybe get a little more bumps, demos in there just to spice things up. Because when they did do those things, it looked really good.
Yep. Agreed. Well, that wraps it up for Rocket League for the gold team. But we have another Rocket League match coming up at 7:45 here, KX. Do you want to talk about a little bit about what the Crimson team, how they've been doing this semester, and what you're kind of hoping to look for this game?
Crimson team also 1-1 on their season so far, just like Gold was going into this. Similar, they definitely had a tough opponent last week. Both teams did, but I think Crimson specifically, watching back that game from last week, they definitely thought that they could have won that, and there's just a few things here and there that they needed to fix up, but they've been working on it. And I think they are ready to come back here and prove that they can win against a lot of teams.
Nice. Always good to hear, putting that time into practice to get better and coming back and improving for these games. With that, we're actually going to send it over to the break screen, and we will be back in 10 minutes.